Welcome back to another episode of American Heroes Outdoors. I always like to say we're going home when we head back to Woodland Resort in Devils Lake, North Dakota. We've been working with the family from Woodland Resort since the inception of American Heroes Outdoors, and we've done a lot of great things with that organization. We've held our Patriot Fish Fest out there for over 10 years now. American Heroes Outdoors board member Andy Schneider, who's a Grand Forks County Sheriff, is up there running the event, and we're really looking forward to this event every year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully they catch a lot of fish and share a lot of stories.
American Heroes Outdoors shares the stories of our nation's true heroes, a documentation of journey, commitment, struggle, and healing. A glimpse into the sacrifice and bravery of our service men and women. This is American Heroes Outdoors.
So the scheduled events for Patriot Fish Fest, we always come up Friday. People start rolling in 5 o'clock. We have a social here at Woodland Resort, and doors open at 5. Everybody starts gathering in, and 6 o'clock we go through a rules meeting. Pros provides us with a nice meal. Everybody kind of gets to know each other. We go through all the rules. We give out a few door prizes Friday night. Some guys get to know each other. We line up our snow bears and fish house guides with the heroes that they're going with. And I just want to make sure everybody understands this tournament's open to everybody. Saturday morning at 6:30 we do our inspection. Everybody lines up and they take off from the launch. They all disperse. 6 o'clock we start an early weigh-in. 2 o'clock every fish has to be in the door at the barn by 3:30 for the weigh-in. This tournament it's something special. Last year was a really big step for us. Actually 2 years ago, we were talking to some locals. We know guys with snow bears, we know guys with fish houses. Let's get these vets and first responders up here and we'll take them out, we'll get them on some fish, we'll show them a good time. And last year that kind of took off.
This is the one tournament that I don't miss for ice fishing. I absolutely love coming to this one. I love seeing all the guys here and getting to talk to them, and it's turned more into something that's not, yeah, you're fishing, but it's not about the fish. Like most of the people now that when they win, they don't care about the prize money. They give it right back to the organization, which there's not a lot of so-called tournaments that are like that. And that's, to me, that shows that people want to help, and the people that are coming to these are good people that really see the difference that stuff like this makes, because it does. Like I get excited for it. There's not a whole lot of things that I actually make sure I'm here for, make sure I'm around for, but this is one of those. I absolutely love doing this tournament.
So Tyson was in the Army for several years, and since he's gotten out of the Army, he went back to what his roots were, where he prioritizes his family and his community. And events like this, where he gets to combine his community and his family and his service as a veteran, is really important to him. He always makes sure that he comes out to this event. He's only missed one, but events like this are what really bring veterans together in a more community-based format where they can thrive with each other and like lean on each other and make those new connections. The fishing's been good. Right away we started to catch some fish. And Tyson grew up fishing, and everybody that I'm with grew up fishing, but I didn't. So that's something that Tyson's got me into. And I was able to catch my first northern today, and it's our biggest one we've got so far, so I was pretty proud of that.
American Heroes Outdoors is brought to you by Skeeter Boats and Yamaha Outboards, Shields, Disabled American Veterans, Woodland Resort, Smoky Hills Outdoor Store and Ice Castle Fish Houses, Minn Kota and Hummingbird, Innovative Sign and Graphics, and S&S Promotional Group.
Graduated from high school, went and did 2 years of college, and then joined the service just before I turned 20, so I was 19. did basic and AIT, and then was stationed at Fort Bragg. Deployed to Iraq for 16 months straight, and then in 2010 I was to Afghanistan for a year. So, and then between my deployments went to jump school, so was airborne, and I said my entire active duty career was at Fort Bragg. You know, it's one of the nerve-wracking things when you go, you don't know what to expect, and you get there, and I didn't see a lot of combat in Iraq. Afghanistan was a whole different ball game. It was just we saw combat constantly as route clearance. It was that deployment was a lot more testing. It was a lot harder on us. We lost a few guys in our company, and our battalion lost quite a few just with our job. So it was a lot harder deployment physically and emotionally. We were very good at our job, so we did a lot of training in new areas for other people. A lot of times it was nice we had AWT or like Apaches or Kiowas with us, which kind of made it a little nicer for us. But we'd get up in the morning, do our job. You know, we'd go clear the routes and come back, and hopefully it was quiet. And it was weird because you'd get used to getting shot at. It wasn't a stressful thing anymore. Oh great, we're getting shot at again. And then you hit something, and then it's a whole different story. And when when you lose people over there, the way I see it for how I did it is you have to emotionally detach yourself from yourself, because something happens and you want to get right back out there, so you're not gun shy of everything. You don't want to have people just sitting thinking about what happens. And I think that's the hardest part when you come back, is because you get to sit and think about what went on and what you actually did or saw. And that's where a lot of guys really struggle with what happened. And I've been through some of that where it gets tough at times and it's hard, but you know, you get through it. And I really think that reaching out and asking for help, or even like the guys here, just talking with them, I mean, it makes a difference. So that's the thing where, like the 22 a day, where guys are scared to ask for help, and that's a big thing to do, and it takes a bigger person to be able to do that, or even see that someone needs the help and reach out to them.
And we could honestly not have a more beautiful day. The weather is great. It is winter. We love the snow. You know, guys are out sharing stories, making memories in snow bears and fish houses or pop-ups. And that's just really driving home the mission of this event. A little bit later this evening, we'll do the weigh-in. We're gonna see some smiles, and we're gonna see some smiles from guys that caught fish and guys that didn't. And we're gonna go to the barn, and we're gonna recognize some people that caught some fish, but we're also gonna recognize the guys that took out our veterans and our first responders. And we're gonna recognize the first responders, and it's just a good feeling, good, warm feeling. And it's not, at the end of the day, nobody's here to see who caught the biggest fish, really, right? I mean, there'll be some guys that'll rub it in until next year. But overall, everybody goes home at the end of the day here just feeling really good about themselves, especially the locals that didn't serve. They go home feeling just top of the world, that I was able to give somebody that wouldn't have that opportunity the chance to get out on the ice, see some fish, have a different opportunity in their life, and show them that, hey, we care about you, we appreciate you, and we're so thankful for your sacrifice to serving our country.
I've been fishing this tournament for probably 4 or 5 years, I believe. And how we got involved was Dave Morris had got an affiliation with Kyle from Woodland here, and asked us to be in the tournament. And the first year, it was me and my brother, and we had a really good time. And then we were asked by Andy or Dave if we could ever take a veteran with us in a snow bear, be a lot more comfortable for them. And we said, heck yeah. So last year was our first year taking a veteran with us, which is Gary. He's fishing with us today. But then Andy had asked us if we would, a few veterans needed some assistance in entering the tournament and asked our business if we could, we would do that. And we said, absolutely. It's really good for us. It feels good. These guys have sacrificed a lot, and it's the least we can do. So we've been sponsoring it. And then this year, Derek and I decided that we're going to sponsor the fish cleaning so we can go there and socialize and get all the fish cleaned up for the guys and girls.
I volunteered for the draft in 1968. I went into boot camp in February 6th of 68, and July 1st I landed in Vietnam. I was in transportation. Primarily we hauled ordnance, and which was the ammo, napalm bombs to the Air Force, supplied the infantry is what we do. And I was stationed by Long Binh. It's probably 20 some miles from Saigon. It was Long Binh, Bien Hoa Air Force Base in Saigon. We were kind of in that area. It was January of 1969. I was on a convoy going to Tay Ninh, and we drove into an ambush, and I got hit in my leg, and I woke up on the bottom on the floor of my truck, and I got out to try to get away, and I got hit 3 more times, and they captured me. So I spent 4 years in the jungle in South Vietnam, chained to trees, and living in a hole in the ground till February of '73 I was released. So it's about 49 months that I was in captivity. I never got involved in any service groups, and when I was got released, I only got involved in the VFW here I should say in Bemidji, where I live, and the Legion and the Disabled American Veterans. Well, we have a program at the Disabled American Veterans, a clothing program, and that's where I met my friend Henry Hammerbeck. It's a really good program. We get to help a lot of veterans when they're down, need help. We can be there and help them. And I really like that. I'm more into payback now. I just, if I can help them out, yeah, that's good.
I went in the Air Force in 1968. I got married in November and I went in December. And then for the first 3 years I was stationed in Austin, Texas at Bergstrom Air Force Base. And my job in the Air Force was an aircraft maintenance. So the first 3 years in Texas, I worked on T-29s and C-54 aircraft, all older recip engine aircraft. And then when I was overseas, I was at Gwangju, Korea, and I was there for 9 months, and I worked on EC-121 aircraft. And our aircraft that we worked on there were stationed in Thailand, and they flew their missions in Vietnam. And their mission was to fly high-level surveillance for F-4s and 105s that were doing their runs in Vietnam. Our radar would go out like 300 miles, and their radar only went out like 50 miles. So we could tell them if there was MiGs or SAMs coming in on them or what they were doing to try to keep them safe. And both the F-4s, 105s, and the EC-121s were stationed at Krat, Thailand. They never overnighted in Vietnam. They always did their mission and went back to Thailand. Well, Gary and I got to know each other. We both belong to the DAV, Disabled American Veterans, in Bemidji, Minnesota. he had been on some of these veterans fishing things before, so he kind of asked me to go on a couple of them, got me involved in going to those things, and like this one here in Devil's Lake. It's been fun. Jason and his brother are excellent conversationalists, let's put it that way. It's camaraderie more than the fishing. It's just an excuse to get out and have fun.
Every fish has to be in the door at the barn by 3:30 for the weigh-in. We get them all weighed, and then that's when the stories really start. And then that evening just continues on. We have a huge raffle. We give out first places for the fishing, and the night concludes with guys just sharing stories and talking about a great day of fishing. So it all wraps up Saturday evening, and people can carry on.
There's an awful lot of people here that had never served, but they want to participate and give back in their own way. So that's where a lot of our snow bear operators are, and folks that volunteer to be part of the program. It ends up being a great weekend overall, and it's just a lot of good people brought together for a good reason.
Hey, we're just wrapping up Patriot Fish Fest 2025, and can't put into words how great today was. You know, we had a lot of good fish caught. We had a lot of camaraderie happen. You know, we got great stories being shared behind us. The amount of items that we sent out the door is just unbelievable. A lot of happy faces. We had some great moments, great stories shared today. And we can't wait until January 2026 for Patriot Fish Fest next year. We hope to see you next year. Thanks everybody for coming.
Welcome back to the show, everyone, and now it's time for our next Shields hometown hero, Grace Stolen.
Hi, I'm Lexi Mounts with the Sioux City Shields, and we're here to honor our next hometown hero, Grace Stolen.
Welcome to Shields Hometown Heroes.
Shields Hometown Heroes is a way for us to say thanks to those that serve our country and our community.
And are still giving back to others today.
We honor your service by sharing your stories.
From all of us at Shields, thank you for your service.
Hi Grace, I'm Lexi. On behalf of the Sioux City Shields, I'd like to say thank you for your service to our country and to our community, and we'd like to present you as the next hometown hero. Thank you. And then you will get to donate $1,000 to a charity of your choice.
So I've worked with Grace for over the last 10 years at the 185th. I work for the state of Iowa. Grace is with the military, and she has always given everyone 100%. She's a believer in helping everybody out, and she would definitely go that extra mile into helping somebody out. Grace would never put herself out here like this, absolutely not. She is one that likes to be behind the scenes, but always wants to take care of other people. She's pretty fantastic and does a fantastic job at what she does. She has a big heart.
Home for me, I grew up in Sioux City, Iowa. My family's military. My grandpa was a chief master sergeant in the Air Force for civil engineering, and that's what made me really sign on the line. I was 17 years old and said, I'm doing it. The 185th has always been a part of our family. It's always been close, and I chose the Air Force. It's what I knew. Started out as an intel specialist for about 6 years. And then I started really hunting for a full-time job. I've been deployed to 6 months in the UAE, and then I've done DFTs, deployments for training. We've gone to anywhere from Connecticut to Puerto Rico to Romania and Moldova, and we've gone to a lot of different places. I got a full-time job out of it, and it's a career, and it's something that I love and I'm passionate about. I have been a victim advocate for the past 12 years just on the drill side. So that was responding to victims who had been sexually assaulted, getting them the resources that they need, protecting them, and making sure they're all right.
So Support Wounded Soldiers was established in 2007 by a group of military families who were doing care packages for their deployed members from the local Army Guard unit. Our mission is to provide support for veterans, military families during, while they're serving, and after they're serving, especially after they're serving, to give them that camaraderie between each other, being able to meet other veterans, different events and programs. Everything we do is to fulfill, that promise that our country has made to our veterans.
I've been on the board for quite a while, and we had a couple members drop off the board, so we needed a replacement, and I thought Grace would be awesome for the task. She's got a great organizational personality. She's all or nothing. There's no middle ground with Grace. When she does something, she's going to do it well, and she's going to do it all the way through. So with a little coaxing, I got her to join.
We do anything from a food bank once a month. We hold social events like Waffles for Warriors once a month, and those are huge hits. Can weigh a lot on you because you see these veterans lined up at the door and you're like, we have a problem, and we're trying to help lift that weight on some of the veterans.
I just think she's such a force. She has great ideas, and she's there to back it up. She doesn't just say, hey, let's do this, and then doesn't do it. She's out there doing it.
She's got a heart of gold. She'll do anything for anybody. She's one of the first ones to make sure if somebody's in need or in trouble that they get taken care of.
It's intense on what some of these people are going through. I tend to care more about others than myself, and that's something that I need to be more cognizant about. But this is rewarding. Just saying that and knowing that people are getting the help that they need. It's making people happy that really drives me. I don't know what it is, but I enjoy the giving part of it. The amount that Support Siouxland Soldiers does in these areas is incredible. If you're in a spot and you need help, we are here, and we will do everything possible.